I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
It's a great experience. I definitely would want to come back for the Fringe Festival.
It's an adventure from the very beginning.
It's been an incredible trip, inspiring and life-changing and beautiful.
It's been incredible. I've had the most fun. I've learned so much.
I've really just had like the best summer like in a long time.
Catching COVID. Catching COVID. I wouldn't say it's scary. It's just a little disappointing that my first time, not out of the country, but just I wasn't with like family. It was a little more independent of a trip, and I caught it. I didn't miss out on 5 days of the trip. It just sucked, but I made the most of the rest of my time.
A lot of different people have a lot of different opinions, and I have to remind myself that my opinion isn't always the right opinion, but it usually is, but sometimes it's not. And that to just take a deep breath, take a step back, and remember that we're here to have fun and to not stress out too much about everything.
So since I've graduated already, it was kind of hard for me to like interact with people because they're still in school and I wasn't in school anymore. But as we got through rehearsals, I started to interact more. So that was my biggest challenge at first.
I think the most difficult thing for me was I've never been in a devised piece before. Devised meaning that we don't have a script, we don't have we don't really have anything to go off of. We literally just showed up at rehearsal and knew that the basic structure was just going to be about our dreams, and that we had to create a show in 2 months and then bring it to this festival was like a very daunting like task, you know.
I will say I think we spent a lot of time just idea throwing, brainstorming.
Starting it off, the nerves, the questions, it was so much. It was almost overwhelming in the beginning, but there was so much joy behind it.
With the nature of Dream Logos and that it's literally about our dreams, that first week of rehearsal was basically just talking about our dreams, and like with that our most personal, deepest desires and our trauma and our character and like what we believe in.
So it's a wonderful experience. Absolutely was. I do wish that myself and other members of the cast had been more direct and involved on day one, and been able to put more of ourselves into the show.
I enjoyed it a lot. I felt like I was involved, or my ideas that I presented were used a great bit, so I really liked that.
Really, those first 2 weeks is probably what I'll remember most, just in the rehearsal process. Like Edinburgh has been like really great, but I think with this group of people in particular, we're all just very open. We were all very open to one another at the start, and it was very easy for us to just kind of mesh in that way because we were kind of forced to with having to make this devised piece.
I got involved at the beginning of the year, so I've been in the process for about 6 months now. And so it was really interesting to see how thought processes change, ideas change, opinions change over time, and how like the more people you're collaborating with, you switch and change directions as you need to.
And then it got time to crunch down, and there were like so many other things that I wanted to do.
I'm very thankful for how my part turned out in the show. It's awesome to see something that you're thinking of that seems so unrealistic at the time, because in this instance you're dreaming it, and having that literally physicalize into something real. Even though my dream was like a little intense, but it was interesting and fun to be able to see that come to life, and kind of give it more of substance. And I owe like tech everything for that.
All in all, I feel like the show turned out better than I expected it to be when we left the U.S.
I knew physical theater was before. I've done some device pieces in the past, and I fell in love with it when I first found out about it. So it's been really interesting to come here and see that it's bigger some places than others. Like definitely being in the States, it's like it's there, but it's only like in the major cities, and everyone's kind of like, what is that? But here it's like really common, and it's beautiful, and I don't know, it kind of combines like my love for acting and my love for like dance and movement into something that is much more powerful in a way. At least I think it can be.
Every day you go on stage and you have to realize, even if you mess up, you can't show it. You got to keep going. And it's just like in sports. I mean, not every play is going to be perfect. Not every second of it is going to be exactly how you rehearsed. And that can be so exciting.
It definitely feels like coming to a different country is a very different world almost. Just a different way of living. It's very more eye-opening, and it's made me more open-minded. So I think I'll remember what I've learned from others as I've met here.
I guess the differences from like Louisiana and just America in general. I feel like there's just so many, and it's definitely a culture shock, but not in a bad way, but in a different way.
Probably the shows we did, you know, it will forever be ingrained in my little brain, but I don't think I'll ever forget it.
Besides the people, the city itself, it's my first time being to Europe. I've done Asia. I lived in South Korea for 2 years.
I know I don't want to leave. I'm like, can I just skip that first week and stay here?
Why do you want to stay?
Because I want to see more shows. Because I appreciate the art scene, that it's respected, that it's available to all, that it's celebrated, that it's encouraged. That's a lot. Also, the weather is so much nicer, and the city is very beautiful.
3 weeks was enough for me to get homesick. Like I'm ready to be back.
I would say definitely do it. Like it's worth like all the money, all the stress, or whatever. It's definitely worth it, especially like if this is like your first time leaving the country, like it was for me. This was just so cool to come see, and then to be somewhere for like 3 weeks, you really get to know the city and the people. And then also, it's like not just a vacation. We're adding to our resumes. We're performing, doing the things we love. It was really fun.
Just do it, because it's wonderful and it's amazing, and there's something for everyone.
One is for the experience. It looks good on a resume because you acquire like a lot of skills. And it's so much fun. This is like something like I want to return for the Fringe Fest, like maybe bring my own show or something, you know. It's a lot, it's a big like learning and growing experience. I think I've learned to work with other people, other ideas, and collaborate, and also just getting to see other people and meeting other performers as well, and just seeing what they've come up with as well. And also just going out of the country is just it's always a very like eye-opening experience for anyone.
I would tell them that it's going to be the experience of a lifetime. I don't think we understand how lucky and privileged we are to be on this trip. Because when we tell other people that we're in the Fringe Festival, it's like the coolest thing in the whole wide world, which is so crazy because like I've never heard of it. But like we come here and it's all people talk about. And so you know, we're here and we're like, oh, we got to get up, we got to go perform, and like, who knows who's going to be there. But at the same time, it's like, you're in Scotland performing for complete and total strangers, and they're paying to come see us. That's crazy. And it's going to be like, you go home and you're going to tell people that you performed a show in another country, and not many people can say that. And not many people will have that opportunity to do that. So no matter what you perform, it's a performance outside of the US, and that's crazy. And people love Americans. It's really weird. They're like, oh, America, it's so great. I'm like, I don't know where you're getting your news from, but yeah, it's great.
I would highly recommend it to anyone. Hear me out. If you're watching this video and you're a future LSU student, please do not pass up an opportunity like this. It is life-changing. It is a blessing. And I've discovered sin for myself, and I'm pretty sure you will as well. I don't think anyone that came on this trip is the same person that they are when they began the trip. I feel like they've grown, they've matured, and they've really learned to appreciate the art. Please take this opportunity. I know it may seem scary. I mean, you're 4,000 miles away from home. Like, what's not to be scared of? But fear isn't always a bad thing, you know? Honestly, if you're scared and you're nervous, probably a good thing, you know?
It is a professional setting. I think a lot of people come in thinking it as a vacation, but I think you should have the mindset that, yeah, we can have fun, but we are here to put on a show. So I think that's very important.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. It's a great opportunity. You'll learn a lot. You'll, become closer to some people you knew or you thought you knew or you didn't know. And you'll push yourself, and there's some ups and there's some downs, but like, that's theater and that's how it works. And sometimes it sucks and sometimes it's awesome, but at the end of the day, like, we're all doing it because we love it.
Just do it. Even if you have fears about money, you'll get it back, but you will never get back your time, and you will never get back the experiences that you have the opportunity to have. So just do it.
Congratulations, everyone! Arden! Where's Arden? Arden! You clap today. 1, 2, 3.
But I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm walking, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, oh, I know I'm gonna be.
Test 1 2 1 2 test.
If I go, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going on.